Hello, welcome back to a new video. This might seem familiar and that's because this is a re-upload of part 1 of me reviewing Korean slimes from Seoul Gage. In the original, I got quite a few mixed comments about me whispering. Some of you didn't like it, some of you liked it for many different reasons, and I felt bad and I completely understand it's not everyone's cup of tea, so I wanted to upload a version where I'm just talking normally. So let's get started. In case you don't know, Seoul Gage is an international market that hosts multiple Korean slime shops so people all around the world can experience Korean slimes. I was really surprised with the packaging. Mine only took 1 week to arrive. That's pretty fast. It came with diluted activator, and I thought the cap was so cute with the duck. It also came with glycerin with the bunny cap, a borax baggie, a sticker of their logo, and their business card with some tips on the back. Starting with the first shop of part 1, this is Magmaslime. I bought 3 different slimes from the shop. This one is called Buff Bear Bread. I was so excited for this one. As soon as I saw that bear clay piece,
immediately add it to cart.
It looks cute and funny at the same time. Everything was bubble wrapped. I really like how the label on the container matches the bear. The base of the slime is milky, runny, and tacky. The bear was really well made. You can just tell by looking at how detailed their abs are. Sadly, it was tough to mix in either because of the type of clay they used to keep its shape, or it might have dried up during shipping, which is not surprising because it came from far away. Throughout the slime, there are still unmixed chunks from the clay piece. The ending texture is quite unique. Normally when you add some clay into slime, it should change the texture and turn it into some type of clay slime, but it was as if I didn't add any clay into it at all. It felt the same as the original. It still felt runny and tacky no matter how much activator I used too. At first, when I smelled this, I thought it smelled like some type of baby lotion, but then when I went back to the description, it says it's scented apple black tea, and then I was like, oh, okay, I can see that. Overall, I didn't enjoy the texture because it felt so runny and tacky, and personally I am not a fan of that, so that made it not as fun to play with. But seeing the buff clay piece was really cool, and that was definitely the highlight, and I honestly was really sad mixing it in. This one is strawberry thick cream cake. Again, with the label, I really like how it matches the cake piece. This is my favorite texture from this entire shop. The base of this is similar to Buff Bear Bread, but better. It's glossy, it's clicky, and it's stretchy. The cake piece is so beautiful and well made. I am amazed at how talented people are at making these clay pieces. I had an easier time mixing the clay piece this time except for the strawberries. I think the seller used a different type of clay to make them. This time it felt more like a clay slime. It wasn't runny at all. It was only a little bit tacky, only needed a few sprays of activator. Bubble pops are wonderful. I also really like how thick it becomes. It smelled so good, like strawberry, authentic strawberry. Yum. I really enjoyed this one. The last slime I got from the shop is Earl Grey Fig Brunch. It came with an extra clear slime that I didn't know I was supposed to drizzle it on top of the clay piece to complete the look, which is my bad. I didn't look carefully enough. I'm sure you can see a pattern here. I got all DIY clay slimes. I think that's what they're known for because that's certainly what got my attention. Their clay pieces are absolutely amazing. This looks so realistic. At first, I thought these were eggplants or apple slices, but then I looked up what figs are, and that's when it all made sense to me. These are figs. Ayya. I've never tried them before, but if you have, I would love to know how they taste like. I think the seller uses the same recipe to make the base because they're all similar so far. Mixing in the clay piece wasn't as tough as the Buff Bear bread. If I were to compare, this would be right in the middle. Some parts were easy to mix in, but the figs weren't as easy. The resulting texture of this is extra runny and droopy. It had a nutty smell. The description states that it's scented like a fig dessert, but I've never tried them before, so I can't confirm that. For all of these, the clay pieces were what got me to buy them, and I definitely loved seeing them in person, but this one I also wasn't a fan of the tacky and runny texture, unfortunately. The last slime shop I'm reviewing in part 1 is Yyoungslime. This is called Plump Plump Strawberry. This is the most unique clear texture I've ever felt in a slime. It has this bounciness and resistance when I stretch it. Like if I just stretch it real quick and put it back flat on the table, it bounces back to how it originally looked pretty dang fast. I'm like wondering if this is a Korean thing. It's also quite thick, just the way I like my clear slimes, and even though it's thick, it's also pretty clicky. It has some big strawberry phemos, and it came with some leaves in which you can decorate yourself, which really completes the look. I'm not sure what material the balls are made of. I thought they were pom-poms at first, but they don't have the little spikes that they have. They're squishy, but they don't pop. They also look like gumballs to me. I really like the look of them. I think they add a nice texture to the slime. Oh my gosh, another thing I want to mention about the clearness, the clear texture, is it stays consistently clear for a while. I was playing with this for a good 10 minutes and usually by then it would fog up, but this hasn't fogged up that much. It's still like 70% clear, which is not common at all. I really enjoy that. It smells like strawberry, which is very fitting and nice. I had so much fun playing with this. Definitely recommend. This is lavender blooming. Oh my god. The ASMR is très bien. It's very crunchy, makes the best sounds. I also got an extra free slime, which I'm not sure how, but I'll review it after this one. This is a glitter crunch bomb, which means there's an abundance of different types of glitters. I saw hearts, flowers, and stars of various colors. This is such a great table slime. I couldn't pinpoint an exact scent. It smelled sweet and clean. The description says it's scented lavender, but I don't smell that. Either way, it smells really nice. Sometimes when I stretch this, it rips, but that's because of the large amount of glitters. Just stretch it slow and that won't be an issue. For sure, recommend this one as well. I loved it. Onto the extra free slime. This is pretty much the yellow version of the plump strawberry. I can't stop raving about the unique clear texture, although for this one it's not as bouncy. There are some pineapple and kiwi fimos. It smelled like pina colada. Delicious. Well, that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed this version. and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!